I have just had my daughter, who is 8 weeks old now. Prior to that, I've also got an 18-month-old son.
There was a lot of kids missing, and when I asked about where they were, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, all pregnant or all had kids. And when I asked what are they doing with their lives, it was nothing. They're on the couch, they're sad, they're depressed, they're not doing anything. And I got a bit emotional that night and really started to think about what can we do to try and help these girls get on their feet, back on their feet.
So we took this problem to the Smith family, and the Smithies had a bit of a think about this and went and started knocking on doors, making phone calls and enlisting support. So the Trobe City got on board, Berry Street were offering support, Community College Gippsland, and they discovered a childcare centre nearby that had vacancies and helped us locate a suitable space where we could operate a VCAL class nearby.
We know, and it's evidence-based, that providing students with education helps them break down barriers of disadvantage. We were able to do a model based on a minimum number of students. We were able to provide the course at no cost to them. And that's the biggest barrier for people returning to study, is being able to afford the childcare and also to be able to afford the books, stationery and the ITs.
So it's a VCAL program, so they need to cover things like their literacy and numeracy and personal development and then work-related skills. So it's all project-based learning that incorporate all of those areas at once. They had no idea that they could sit down for 1 hour, let alone 3-4 hours a day, and complete a piece of work as expected. They'd never done that before and they didn't realise they could.
It was great, I liked it. I actually was excited to come to school today.
It's been great. I've made a couple new friends and it's been awesome.
The value of it is just incredible in terms of just their emotional needs. This couldn't be better for them. The regular system of putting them into a mother's group out of the hospital system, it doesn't work for these girls because of their age group. So they just love being with each other. They're all in the same boat. They've all been through it before and they've got so much to give to the mothers that are pregnant and just so much sharing. Like, it's just beautiful to watch the sharing and caring.
You're with mums who you can talk about, you've got advice, you're in the same situation whether we've got partners or not. There's a childcare centre across the road. It just makes it easier and it's a relaxed environment. So it's a lot better than going to school. It's not as full on as going to school every day. So yeah, it's good.
The fact that I was with other young mums, they know what I'm going through. Yeah, it works perfectly because I'm over here and he's over there.
There is a lot of logistics and paperwork behind the scenes to get this model up and running, and it's through the strength of the partners like the Trobe City and Centrelink and the referrals from Berry Street and, you know, the local community of Moe, the football club and cricket club, that we have got to where we are today. We couldn't have done it just the Smith family or Kerr and I.
We definitely have done a lot of the legwork, like we could advise people how to best go about it in the future. We've gone to the dead ends and we've come back and found the road past that dead end, and I'm really proud to be part of it, because watching these girls being able to come to school and find that comfort in their peers and not be ridiculed for being a young mum and better their future for them and their families is truly amazing.
Finishing my Year 12 was kind of something that I wanted to do as a personal goal, and now I get to do it, so it's good. Definitely to get a job out of this, because not a lot of people will hire kids, well, teenagers who don't have their Year 12.
Mainly to just accomplish something in my life, and I just wanted to do something a lot bigger and a lot more meaningful with my life.
Get a better education so I can actually go off and get a better job for Ashton instead of just working at like a supermarket.
Well, these girls are locked out of a future because they've got a bubba and they've chose to keep that bubba and raise that little baby themselves, which is such a brave decision on their behalf and on their family's behalf for them. This is right there to provide a pathway for these girls to get back in school and on with their life, and not let the fact that they've had a baby be a setback or a drawback or an anchor to their futures.
As far as the community is concerned, we've got less welfare dependency. if this is able to get a roll on throughout a region, for instance, we've got more confidence coming out from our young people, more people who are excited and wanting to go into work, and more importantly, they've got their kids are going to grow up in a household where there's people working and confident mums and happy mums, and all of a sudden we see a generational change, a cultural change that can really shift a dynamic like the Latrobe Valley, and where I'm from, I really want to see that change.
My Year 12 has been amazing. I've got so much to show for myself, considering I finished a 2-year course in 1 year.
It was great. I've met a lot of new friends. I've bettered myself. I'm achieving a lot. I've got further studies planned. It's been great.
Having Year 12s, I think, is going to help a lot. Succeeding something just makes me feel really good.
Great, I absolutely loved it. I wish I could come back next year.
I can't put it into words how grateful I am.
It's made me feel really good knowing that I actually achieved Year 12.
I feel good because now I know what I want to do in life, and I know how to go about everything to get to my future goals.
The Smith family is extremely proud that this partnership, we now have 7 young ladies that have graduated with their VCAL certificate. They've proven, all of them, that this model is successful, and therefore will be running this again next year.
7 of them finished their VCAL, 9 are coming back next year to complete their VCAL, and a series of others have done part of their VCAL and had to take leave to have bubs and continue on with their life, and plan to come back and reconnect, and some of them are doing that this year. So very pleasing result, so proud to see some of those kids go forward in their life, and others just gain skills, get back into learning, feel better about themselves.
So if it wasn't for KYMs, I wouldn't be able to get out of bed, to come to school, to hang out with my friends, to learn. With KYMs, it's helped me get my vet, it's helped me get all these little courses like my first aid, my RSA. I've just completed my Year 12, and all while Liam's at daycare. If it wasn't for KYMs, I wouldn't have been able to do any of it.
Everything's just looking so much brighter. My attitude towards life is just amazing. I see life in just a whole new light. I now can provide for my children. I have a lot more potential to get a job, to be employed, to just better our lives.
I feel proud knowing that my parents can look at me and say that I have achieved my Year 12 and I'm going to have this amazing show bag at the end of the year.
My mum never thought I'd be able to get to Year 12. I've completed Year 12 and I've had a baby, which makes me feel good.
Being the first in my family to graduate Year 12.
I've always wanted to finish my Year 12. Yeah, just none of my family have as of yet, so I'm the first, so it's good. I'm proud because I have gotten so far. I didn't think that being a mum I would get to where I am today, and to think I'm doing all this stuff even with a child.
So the 7 that have graduated, we just couldn't be any more proud of. The things that they have achieved and overcome this year, to think that we've actually got 7 girls over the line and they are running to get to the next chapter.
The year, I think we started off the year in the hope that it would run, firstly, and secondly that the girls would end up confident, happy, a bit excited about their future. I think when we went around to the graduation ceremony and we saw such energy in the room, and all the families were involved, all the kids were there, and there was a real confidence and a real excitement about what they'd achieved, but also where they were heading in the future.
My goal is to do my diploma in community, I think it's health and science, by the age of 24. So I have 3 years and that's a 2-year course.
I'll be going to do my Certificate 4 in Health Science Foundations, and then from there I'll be doing my nursing diploma and hopefully getting into uni and doing my nursing degree.
I'm doing Cert 3 in aged care and Cert 4 in disability and Cert 3 in home and community care.
If I hadn't have done this course, I wouldn't have been able to have belief in myself that I could do what I want to do, which is become a midwife.
I'm going to go do Cert 3 in warehousing and then probably look into police officing later on.
I've already started another course in aged care and disability, and I finished that February next year.
Next year I'm doing Foundation Health and Science, and then after that I'm doing my diploma in nursing.
The team at KYMs prepared the girls for job interviews. They did some training and some mock interviews with outside employers, and as part of that, a stylist came in and took them through a whole process of preparing for a job interview. Things to do a week beforehand in terms of confirming the interview, things to do a couple of days beforehand in terms of getting their outfit organised and so on. And then as part of that whole process, the girls went with the stylist to a department store and bought themselves suitable and appropriate clothing for them to participate in any potential future job interviews that they should be in.
This course has made it so much easier to get your Year 12 and all those little certificates during the years.
It was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I'm very glad that I took it and achieved it.
I think this is just an amazing opportunity. I've bettered myself immensely. I no longer have my days of depression. The girls here have supported me so much. There's been immense amount of information, advice, suggestions, everything to do with the kids, and it's just been awesome.
I never would have thought that they would be so determined. So they've got amazing dreams and determination to just make it happen.
These girls, they become a generator of activity rather than a receiver of benefits, and they're actually contributing to society. The benefits for their family, the self-esteem that the girls have for themselves and that their children will be able to grow up in a family where mum's out working and earning and supporting the family. Those benefits flow on and ripple across forever.